And happy Thursday, everyone. Sorry for the delay. We had some technical difficulties, but we are good to go. I am meteorologist Heather Kay, filling in for Taylor as she is down in Texas at the International Roofing Expo. So I'll be here today and tomorrow giving you the forecast. So let's get right into it. If you haven't noticed, it's been quite cold and it's going to continue as we get into the next few days. It's going to continue to be cold today and tomorrow. So we'll talk about when that warm up in more detail will be coming on in. And yeah, speaking of those temperatures, as we get into this weekend, we will start to warm up for parts of the country. So we'll get into that as well. And then we do have some areas of precipitation in the northwest, as well as into parts of the southern parts of the Gulf Coast states. So we'll talk about that as well. But before we get into the forecast, we have been doing the Raising Hail Tour 2025. As you can see here, Derek in our storm chasing truck. We are in Twisters, if you guys didn't know. But we do have 6 states. We've already been in Edmond, of course, as well as Denton and Chicago. The next state on the list is February 25th in Denver, Colorado. And after that, we have another one in Omaha, Nebraska on March 4th, and then closing it out in Orlando, Florida, down on March 11th. So if you haven't signed up yet, you can go and do so. I believe the information is on our Facebook page. And when you sign up, if you use the code HTTaylor10, you can get $10 off of your ticket. So here are yesterday's storm reports. Oh, would you look at that? There really weren't a whole lot of reports at all. We did have some rain moving on through Florida. We did have a wind report or two show up there, but nothing significant. And then just some precipitation here and there across parts of the east, as well as into parts of Nevada, Utah, getting up into Idaho. And then, more so as we got into the overnight hours, staying relatively quiet besides those snow showers here and there. So, like I've mentioned a few times already, it's been cold and it's going to continue to be cold. We are very much below average here for most of the U.S. The only exceptions are here down in the southern half of Florida. That's still below average here in the northern part of the U.S., but not as bad as all these areas in purple where we're 10, 20 plus degrees below normal. If you want those warmer temperatures, you got to go out into the southwest. And unfortunately, tomorrow, not much different. It's going to continue to be very cold with temperatures remaining, 20 plus degrees below what we should be seeing at this time of the year. So current conditions across the country, we have high pressure in control, hence why we have those very cold temperatures. And really not a whole lot of anything else. We do have a few snow showers here in parts of the Carolinas, as well as some snow showers falling in parts of the west. And unfortunately, in terms of severe weather, we're going to remain quiet over the next few days. It's just going to be a very cold. Cold weather does not equal severe weather. It's just cold. So here are current temperatures. Speaking of those cold conditions, it is only 7 in Kansas City, Fort Wayne, a balmy 16, Minneapolis. Man, you guys may have to break out those shorts up there where it's 15. Starting to get a bit warmer though down in Houston where we're above freezing there at 35. And I guess no sarcasm in Miami where it is 76, where you could break out the shorts down there. And that's really the only place besides southern Florida and Arizona where you can do so. Otherwise, it is relatively chilly across the lower 48. In terms of our current alerts, we did have some cold advisories out for the U.S. this morning, and those will return as we go into tomorrow morning. Otherwise, we have some snow advisories going out, so let's check in a little bit more with those. So we have a blizzard warning up here in parts of northwestern Montana. Not a lot of snow, but the snow that is falling, it's going to be blowing around with those winds gusting up to 65 miles per hour, so that's in effect until Saturday. And then some winter storm warnings and winter weather advisories out here for parts of Wyoming down into Utah, as well as Idaho, and then in Denver. And then some freeze warnings out there for parts of the southeast, and some more winter weather advisories here from parts of western New York and down into the Virginias, Pennsylvania, and into parts of North Carolina. So zooming on out here just to take another look at our alerts for today. And in terms of snowfall depth, most of us do have some snow on the ground. Even here in Oklahoma City, we still have a bit of a dusting in some spots, but that sun should help melt that away. If you don't want the snow, you got to go along the Gulf Coast states as well as into parts of the Southwest where there is no snow on the ground at this time. So let's take a look at our future radar. Again, these are just models. This is the North American model. So right now we have some snow showers here and there in parts of the east as well as into the west and the mountainous regions. Other than that, it's going to be relatively quiet as we go through the rest of today. Just some snow here and there. So if you like the snow, yeah, go where the snow is. But especially in Denver, you can see it's just kind of just falling there. And then as we go into tomorrow, more of the same, but you can see that we do have another system that's going to be pushing on into the northwest. So Oregon and Washington, you guys will start to get some heavier rain and then some snow in the higher elevations. And I mentioned that blizzard warning out for parts of Montana. That snow will be arriving on Saturday morning, and then some rain starting to develop here in the southern part of the U.S. here in Texas and Louisiana as we get into Saturday afternoon. And then getting into the rest of Saturday, you can see that rain coming up from the Gulf of Mexico and that same system slowly tracking into the northwest. So some heavier rain is possible here for Houston, eastward into parts of Louisiana, and that will push off to the east as we get into Sunday and then into the beginning of our work week next week, and then some more snow in the northeast as we get into our Monday. Another little clipper here in parts of the north U.S. So Minneapolis, you can get some more snow. I was just there last week. Making a connection, and I got to stay overnight because snow is fun and it does not mix with aircrafts. Yes, fun times staying overnight. So as we get into next week, we can just see some more clippers here and there. So what does that look like in terms of our upper jet stream pattern? Well, we have a trough here in the middle part of, or the eastern part of the U.S., excuse me. That's going to be moving off into the Atlantic. High pressure once again in control here with some ridging. But you can see a little bit of disturbance here in the west. That's dumping that snow in Denver. And then our next trough starting to move on through slowly. And another little disturbance here and there. So nothing in terms of major troughs right now, just some little disturbances. Another one here that will be bringing that heavier rain down in the south. And, you know, just here comes this next one as we get into Tuesday, bringing some more unsettled weather in parts of the east. So as of right now, over the next few days, nothing major. But then as we get into next week, we do have a bigger trough. Maybe we can watch this one, but that's a little too far out right now. So in terms of our temperatures, once again, we are going to continue to be cold for Denver, here in Oklahoma City, Dallas, Chicago, Minneapolis. But as we get into our Saturday, we will finally jump above freezing. So that's some good news there. And then we'll continue to warm up as we get into next week. So temperatures will get up to even near 60 for a few of us here by Monday afternoon. So in terms of our future temperatures across the U.S., again, it's going to continue to be very chilly across most of the U.S. The only exceptions are here in Florida and into the Southwest. Yeah, it's going to be a bit before we get anything in Missouri. Unfortunately, it's going to be a bit chilly, but, hopefully we can get some storms going on, eventually. It is winter after all, but nothing in the near future, as it's just been way too cold for any severe weather. So as we get into Saturday, though, those temperatures start to warm up a bit. 3 p.m. Here we go. Temperatures starting to get above freezing here for parts of the south. And then getting into our Sunday, here we go, even more warming up here across parts of the south and getting into the middle of the country. Still a bit chilly, though, in the north, but a lot better compared to what we've been seeing the last few days. And in terms of our temperature outlook, this is basically from the end of the month, so February 25th through March 1st. It's going to warm up a bit, you guys. We're going to start to see temperatures above normal for most of us and staying about normal for this time of the year for the eastern part of the U.S. And in terms of precipitation, a little bit above normal here for parts of the north and staying relatively below normal drier conditions across parts of the central U.S., along the Gulf, and into the western part of the United States. So showing this once again, and don't forget to sign up for our Raising Hail Tour. We do still have 3 dates going on. So Denver, Omaha, Orlando peeps, go onto our Facebook page and to sign up and use that code that I used at the beginning for our $10 off. It's HT Taylor 10, I believe. So use that code, get $10 off. There it goes, and to go and sign up. So that's all I have for you today. I know, very exciting. Make sure you follow us, though, on X or Twitter, whatever the heck you want to call it, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, as well as our TikTok page. And thank you to all of our sponsors. I forgot to mention you guys at the beginning. I apologize. And I know we have a lot of you, and we do have you guys tagged at our video on Facebook. So make sure you follow them. They are great. And as always, if you have any questions or concerns, you can call us at 855-334-4245. You can email us at info@hailtrace.com and check out our website at www.hailtrace.com. And I am meteorologist Heather Kay. I hope you all have a great rest of your Thursday.